Trump Derangement Syndrome, or TDS as it is more commonly referred, is an internet condition that was first mentioned during the 2016 election after Trump had been nominated, but particularly after he had been elected and became the President of the United States, wherein Trump doesn't even have to do anything or say anything. His mere existence alone will drive people to say the craziest things or do the craziest things. And recently, this has evolved beyond just a funny little internet joke. Recently, we've seen real-world consequences of people that have TDS. There was a employee who killed his employer because said employer voted for Trump. Actually shot him dead. There was a man who strangled and beat his girlfriend nearly to death because she was not interested in the impeachment of Trump. We are seeing more and more cases like this. And it is now at the point where I think that TDS needs to actually be a clinical diagnosis rather than an internet joke. If you are diagnosed with TDS, for the safety of the public and yourself, you need to immediately be taken to a mandatory couple of day observation and psychiatric care. Because we are seeing that people will do just absolutely anything, especially if it involves violence, when they have TDS. And I know that there will be people arguing that, well, the exact opposite side is true, that Trump has emboldened the neo-Nazis or the alt-right or all that. And the only thing that I can think of that has happened from that perspective of it is the one person that got killed in Charlottesville because some idiot ran his car over her. It is by the grace of God that that's all that happened, not only at that particular event, but in general. And I may be mistaken, but I don't think that there has been anything else that could be attributed to that side of things. Again, thankfully. This seems to be more and more common with people who vehemently oppose Trump rather than those that support him. And that's why I think that anyone diagnosed with TDS needs psychiatric care more than those that support him. And again, it's not for things like the media or Hollywood's lack of trying to get the Trump supporter viewed as a serial killer or things like that. Hell, the Joker, before it came out, that was touted as the movie that will wreak havoc on America, or the Trump supporter movie, or things like that. And absolutely nothing happened. There was no incidents, no violence, no nothing. Well, yeah, that's because all the police were there. That would not have made any difference at all. There were a bunch of theaters where there were police, but there were also many, many, many more theaters where there weren't. So if something was going to happen with this movie, it would have. There being police out would not have made any difference at all. Hell, Frozen 2 had more instances of violence happening with that movie than the Joker did, as much as Disney has swept that story under the rug. I really do believe that TDS has just gotten too far with people and that they do need psychiatric care. We're at the point where people have just gone in actually insane from this stuff, and they just need help. I'm the kind of guy that I don't particularly like Trump. I like the idea of a Trump-like person, and I enjoy the memes and the jokes. But I'm not like the super fan of Trump. I'll say he does good, and I'll say he does bad. But even I can see that the outrage and the hate against him, especially for things that are just completely out of left field that don't exist, that has got to be bad on the psyche and the health of people. Just really, just calm down, take a breath, look at the world as it's really happening, not your interpretation of it, and then you will feel so much better. But yeah, I unfortunately think that what's going to happen is we're going to see, especially as we ramp up to the 2020 election, we're going to see more and more instances of violence from people that have TDS. We're going to see more beatings, more deaths, more just horrible acts, and I really don't want that. I really do not want to see people killed because other people have just lost the plot, which is why I absolutely believe we need to have TDS recognized and treated now. I'm not even, this isn't a joke, this isn't a meme. We do need to take this seriously now because it is costing lives, and that should not happen. In a modern civilized society, you should not kill other people because you don't like the president. And no, that's not me saying, oh, well, what about revolts or coups? You just not liking the person in charge is not the same thing. That is a wholly different beast, okay? I hope that people, because I don't see this happening until after the 2020 election. I hope that after this election is said and done, that people will calm down, that things will get better, that we will just all be a much calmer and happier society. Unfortunately, it seems to be getting worse, so I can hope for the best. I can hope that people will actually get help, that people will seek just counseling, if nothing else. But I know the reality of the situation, and we're going to see more and more news stories about things like this happening, and oh, that's going to be fun. I just really don't like the senseless loss of life for something so stupid as this. This is a math machine telling doctors to actually do something and diagnose people that actually need help. Strange concept, I know. Maybe one day they'll get on that. Peace out.